Oh, this is the L2C Media Network, and this is a very late edition of Sports Final. Here's Steve. Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and welcome. It has been a very wild day in sports, and we have got a lot to give you. A lot to give you. Very short time to do it. Let's get to a developing story right now in the nation's capital, Washington D.C. A chaotic and surreal scene unfolded inside Nationals Park Saturday night during a Padres Nationals game as gunfire was heard in and around the stadium. The game was stopped for the night in the bottom of the sixth inning with the Padres leading 8-4. The score of the game is far less important than the scene right outside the ballpark, however. People on scene described hearing multiple gunshots, which caused some panic in the crowd. Players from both bullpens could be seen hustling to the dugout to run down to the clubhouse. Not only that, but players, one person on the scene specifically said Fernando Tatis Jr. was running into the stands to grab family and friends to bring into the clubhouse with them, as that was surely the safest place in the ballpark. Initially, per those on the scene, the public address announcer told fans to stay put as the shooter was outside the park. The video board reflected the same as well. Eventually, fans were allowed to leave through the center field or right field gates only. The Washington, D.C. Police Department has confirmed that there were 2 people who were shot and walked to an area hospital. There is no word on their condition, but investigators and first responders were seen responding to the scene shortly after the incident. The game will resume tomorrow afternoon at 1:05 in Nationals Park, with the scheduled game for Sunday to begin shortly after the conclusion of this one. Of course, we will bring you details as soon as more information becomes available in a full report tomorrow on our midnight show. And with that said, let's get you to some scores of Major League Baseball. And for that, we go to it. The games we bring you, folks, are sponsored by, or the scores we bring you are, of course, presented by William Hill Sportsbook. Let's make it interesting. And, of course, let's do it responsibly. Okay, the Miami Marlins, Philadelphia 10th, game tied 2-2. 2-5-2 for the Marlins, 2-6-0 for the Phillies. As, of course, we just told you, the Padres-Nationals game was suspended at the end of 6 innings. 8-4, Padres lead, 8-14-1 for the Padres. For Washington, 4-7-1. Final scores, Tigers beat the Twins 1-0. Norris gets the win for the Tigers. He's 1-3. Barnes gets the loss for the Twins. He's 0-1. Soto gets his 8th save for the Tigers. Indians over the Athletics 3-2, 3-8-0 for the Indians, 2-7-0 for the Athletics. Quantrill gets the win for the Indians. He's 2-2. Montaz gets the loss for the Athletics. He's 8-8. And Karinchak gets his 10th save for the Indians. Chicago Cubs beat the Arizona Diamondbacks 4-2, 4-7-0 for the Cubs, 2-5-0 for the Diamondbacks. Brothers gets the win for the Cubs. He's 3-2. Soria gets the loss for the Diamondbacks. He's 1-4, and Kimbrel gets his 21st save. In the first game of the Twilight Double Dip, Tigers beat the Twins again, swept them even. In these two, in the double dip, 5-4 final score, 5-5-0 for the Tigers, 4-8-0 for the Twins. Jimenez gets the win for the Tigers. He's 3-1. Rogers gets the loss for the Twins. He's 2-4. Pirates over the Mets by a score of 9-7, 9-12-1 for the Pirates, 7-11-1 for the Mets. Holmes with the win. He's 3-2 for the Pirates. Diaz for the loss. He's 3-4 for the Mets. Orioles over the Royals, 8-4, 8-11-0 for the O's. 4-9-0 for the Royals. Fry gets the win for the Royals. He's 3-3. Singer gets a loss. He's 3-7 for the Royals. Final score in 11 innings. Milwaukee Brewers over the Cincinnati Reds, 7-4, 7-15-2 for the Brews, 4-5-1 for the Reds. Gustav gets a win for the Brews. He's 1-0. Doolittle gets a loss for the Reds. He's 3-1. This game just ended as we came on the air. New York Yankees beat the Boston Red Sox 3-1, 3-5-0 for the Yanks, 1-5-0 for the Red Sox. Cole gets the win. He's 10-4. Sawamura gets a loss. He's 4-1. White Sox beat the Houston Astros 10-1, 10-12-0 for the Chicago White Sox, 1-3-0 for the Astros. Giolito gets win for the White Sox. He is 8-6. Odorizzi gets a loss for the Astros. He's 3-5. Cardinals over the Giants 3-1. 3-7-1 for the Cards. 1-6-0 for the Giants. Kim gets a win for the Cards. He's 5-5. DeScalafini gets a loss for the Giants. He's 10-4. And Reyes gets his 21st save for the Cards. Atlanta Braves blank the Tampa Bay Rays 9-0. 9-11-0 for the Braves. 0-4-1 for the Rays. Fried with the win. He's 7-5. Fleming with the loss. He's 7-5. World champion defenders, the Los Angeles Dodgers beat the Colorado Rockies 9-2, 9-12-0. For the Dodgers, 2-4-0 for the Rockies. Bueller gets a win for the Dodgers. He's 10-1. Freeland gets a loss for the Rockies. He's 1-4. Angels beat the Mariners 9-4, 9-14-0 for the Angels, 4-10-0 for the Mariners. Cobb with the win for the Angels. He's 7-3. Kikuchi for the Mariners gets lost. He's 6-5. Rangers and Blue Jays, they were postponed due to the rain. Okay. Let's over here. The Milwaukee Bucks are just one game away from popping their NBA Finals cherry as they beat. Hi there. Can we get back over there? Thank you. Bucks beat the Suns. Finals cherry. Milwaukee Bucks held off the Suns 123-119. Let's. And we start off with the National Football League. Tom Brady continues to add to his illustrious NFL legacy even when he's on a bum leg, or otherwise known as a torn MCL. The five-time and current reigning Super Bowl MVP is riding high after leading the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to their first Lombardi Trophy come on, why aren't you stopping? Thank you. Oh, hang on. Thank you. Let's try that again. 2 decades, taking just one season to achieve that goal after parting ways with the New England Patriots last offseason. Brady's free agency decision in 2020 was one of the biggest headlines in the history of the sport, considering he spent 20 seasons with the Pats and constructed a first ballot Hall of Fame caliber season with them, setting the stage for an eventual return, but on the other sideline. Well, that didn't happen last season due to NFL scheduling, but the league made sure to rectify that this season. Brady will visit his former team when his Bucks head to Gillette Stadium in Week 4 for a clash in prime time. And at least one current Patriot player isn't bending the knee. Brian Coward, a Patriots defensive tackle who played 1 year with Brady, had a scathing message for the man who helped lead New England to 6 Super Bowl victories. Quote, "He's done a lot of things for this organization. He's coming back, but he's coming back as an opponent. So I'm going to treat it like any opponent. We ain't welcoming him. We just got to play him. There ain't going to be no ceremony for him or nothing like that. They might clap for him. There's not going to be no, bro. This is our opponent, bro. What? We like to win," end quote. Now, to be fair, no one should be angry with Coward or take his words as intended disrespect. But instead, a competitive player, Let it be known that when the ball kicks off, he won't see Tom Brady. He'll see a quarterback he's paid to put face first in the dirt. But that said, Coward is likely very incorrect in expecting the Pats to not honor Brady in some way. Time will if they actually do or not, but considering what Brady meant to the franchise, it would be quite surprised if the Patriots simply shrug the return off as no big deal. Regardless, it's clear what Coward's intentions are. Giving Brady some bulletin board material probably is not the best idea, though. No, it isn't, because you know what happens when you do that. You tend to lose a game. Meanwhile, another National Football League news. We got the wrong plug, guys. I need the National League news. Thank you, National Football League news. Another National Football League news ahead of training camp. Well, there is now one player who won't be featured with the Dallas Cowboys when the camera crew for HBO's Hard Knocks arrives in training camp. Cornerback Rashard Robinson, the 25-year-old, was released by the team only 3 days before chartering their flight to Oxnard, California, opening up a roster spot in the process. It's unclear who they'll add to fill the vacancy and when, but Robinson's time with the Cowboys has come to an end officially and in tumultuous fashion. The veteran cornerback is set to serve a 2-game suspension to begin the 2021 season for violation of the league's PED policy, a punishment levied this offseason. Robinson joined the Cowboys in 2020 and was previously suspended during his time with the New York Jets, a 4-game ban for substance abuse violation. A penalty that preceded the Jets releasing him in 2019, only months before he was suspended a total of 10 games for an additional violation of the substance abuse policy. As such, his current 2-game ban will be his third suspension in less than 3 calendar years. Robinson, a former 4th-round pick of the San Francisco 49ers in 2016, was mostly a practice squad body for the Cowboys last season, but did log 3 starts due to an injury-ravaged roster. He logged no interceptions and no pass deflections in that stretch, allowing an 81.3% catch rate when targeted, along with a combined 106 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. With nothing fruitful on either the defense or special teams front to leverage against his suspension and existing on a bubble contract as well, Robinson will now look for a new NFL home while the Cowboys make their way to SoCal to begin wrapping up for a possible run in 2021. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go to baseball. And New York Mets have the New York Mets shortstop Francisco Lindor has been placed on the 10-day injured list with a right oblique strain. Club announced on Saturday to take Lindor's spot on the active roster. The Mets have recalled second baseman and outfielder Travis Blankenhorn. Lindor told reporters before Saturday's game that it is a grade 2 strain. Lindor exited Friday night's game against the Pirates with what the team initially labeled right side soreness after grounding out to end the top of the 5th inning. Lindor appeared to be in immediate discomfort as he winced and did not run out a ball hit deep into the overshift. The Mets replaced Lindor at shortstop with utility infielder Louis Guillorme. While Lindor is out, the Mets will likely turn to some sort of combination of Guillorme and Jonathan Villar at short. Villar has been the Mets' regular third base, but with J.D. Davis back from his own injury, New York could justify the move. Somebody should. Okay, and South Africans own Louis Oosthuizen, or Louis Oosthuizen is in the lead. Yes. Anyway, we're going to keep going. We'll keep going here. It's Louis Oosthuizen at 12 under, Colin Morikawa at 11 under, Jordan Spieth at 9 under, and we have Corey Connors and Scotty Scheffler -8 tied at 4th place. British Open continues tomorrow at 7 o'clock on NBC and Peacock. Okay. In baseball news, the Atlanta Braves made another big old acquisition. The Atlanta Braves acquired veteran catcher Stephen Vogt from the Arizona Diamondbacks in exchange for first base prospect Mason Byrne, the Braves announced yesterday morning. The 36-year-old Vogt has batted .212, .307, .386 with 5 home runs in 52 games. For his career, the two-time All-Star owns an OPS of 98 across parts of 9 major league seasons. He is owed the balance of a $3.5 million salary for 2021 and is eligible for free agency at season's end. Okay, and let's give you an update on the big fight, which we had to wait for. That's why we were late. The results of the Jermell Charlo, Brian Castano fight, split draw. And the results, let's go to the results of the entire card. Amilcar Vidal defeated Emmanuel Anthony Vick via 7th round TKO. Split decision draw. So there you go, that little Malamut. Let's go now to some scores. Let's start off with AAA. And here we go. The top of the 7th inning, it's Salt Lake 16, Tacoma 4. Top of the 8th inning, it's Sacramento 6, Round Rock 5. Bottom of the 8th, Vegas 12, El Paso 2. Omaha defeated Indianapolis 2-1 in the second game. In the first game, Omaha defeated Indianapolis 4-3. Durham defeated Jacksonville 9-5. Gwinnett over Charlotte 11-3. Iowa over Toledo 3-2. Memphis over Norfolk by a score of 9-5. Oklahoma City over Reno 8-7. St. Paul over Columbus 8-0. Louisville over Nashville 12-0. Albuquerque over Sugar Land 10-7. And this game suspended in the top of the second. Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, and Worcester ended in a 0-0 tie. Well, actually got stopped in the top of the second, scoreless. It'll be completed later on today. Lehigh Valley and Buffalo, they were suspended top of the 4th. It'll be completed on the 18th. Lehigh Valley leads Buffalo 7-1. And Rochester and Syracuse were postponed. Let's go to double, and I'm not leaving my producer talking. Here we go. Birmingham over Rocket City 2-0. And the second game was postponed. It'll be made up on July 18th. Altoona over Binghamton 9-2. Richmond over Somerset 7-3. Hartford over New Hampshire 7-5. Portland over Reading 5-4. Tennessee over Mississippi 2-0. Chattanooga over Pensacola 3-2. Wichita over Tulsa in 10, 8-7. Midland over Amarillo 5-1. Springfield over Frisco in 10, 9-7. San Antonio over Corpus Christi 3-0. Akron and Harrisburg. Akron leads Harrisburg 2-0. Game suspended in the top of the second. And Biloxi and Montgomery, Bowie and Erie, Arkansas, Northwest Arkansas, they were suspended. And they'll all be played tomorrow. Okay. End of the 9th inning. In High A, Eugene over Spokane 10-9. Tri-City and Everett tied at 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Great Lakes over Dayton 13-3. Greensboro over Rome 8-5. Brooklyn over Jersey Shore 6-1. Hudson Valley over Wilmington 6-5. Fort Wayne over West Michigan 3-1. South Bend over Cedar Rapids 7-3. Lansing over Lake County 7-6. Dayton over Great Lakes 4-1. Bowling Green over Winston-Salem 8-1. Peoria over Wisconsin 3-2. Quad Cities over Beloit 9-5. Hillsborough over Vancouver 4-3. Hickory and Aberdeen suspended in the top of the third, with Hickory leading 1-0. That'll be completed tomorrow. Greenville and Asheville, they were postponed. They too will start tomorrow. In low A division of minor league baseball, bottom of the third, Fresno over Stockton 2-1. Final score, Columbia over Myrtle Beach 7-0. In the second game of the first game, Myrtle Beach over Columbia 2-0. Got Delmarva over Down East 6-3. In 11 innings, Fayetteville over Salem 8-4. Charleston over Augusta 22-0. Lakeland over Tampa 10-3. St. Lucie over Palm Beach 6-3. Dunedin over Clearwater 17-6. Fredericksburg over Lynchburg 11-5. Fort Myer over Jupiter 7-5. Carolina over Kannapolis 11-6. Daytona over Bradenton 2-1. Fresno over Stockton 16-5. San Jose over Modesto 5-4. Rancho Cucamonga 10-4 winner over Inland Empire, and Lake Elsinore 11-6 winner over Visalia. And that's that for that. Now let's go to our last couple of events. So here we go. Let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can do this with a fast plum here and give you some scores while we're at it from yesterday. Okay. In the Gold Cup, Costa Rica beat Suriname 2-1, and Qatar defeated Grenada 4-0. In the Scottish League Cup, it was Stirling Albion and Inverness tied at 2. Stirling Albion won 3-2 on penalties. Peterhead over Cove Rangers 3-1. Dundee United over Alborth 1-0. Kelty Hearts over East Fife 3-0. Forfar Athletic over Bora Rangers 1-0. Aloha Athletic over Livingston 2-1. Cowan Breath over Brecon City 3-2. Albion Rovers in Edinburgh City tied at 1. Albion Rovers won 5-4 on penalties. Hamilton Academical over Falkirk 2-1. Motherwell over Queen of the South 3-2. Queen's Park in Erdrones went 0-0. But Erdrionis won 4-3 on penalties. Kilmarnock over Clyde 2-1. Stranraer over East Kilbride 1-0. Dunfermline over Dumbarton by a score of 5-1. Patrick Thistle over Steinhausmuir 2-1. In the Welsh League Cup, it was Airbus and Goalsfeld 1-1. Airbus wins 6-5 on penalties. Cambrian and Clydach Val defeated Carmarthen Town 4-1. Crimson Celtic over Afrin Lido for 3-0. Holywell Town over Colwell Bay 2-1. Preston Town over Langerfini Town 2-1. Grisford Athletic over Leandros Town 3-2. Penricock over Leandro Mochant 4-1. Leanwit Major and Risca United tied at 3. Risca United won 4-2 on penalties. Treflin over Taftswell 2-0. Landuno and Denbigh Town tied at 3. Landuno won 3-0 on penalties. In Irish Premier Division, Dundalk over Finn Harp 1-0. In Brazilian soccer, Sierra over Atlético Paranense 1-0. Fortaleza over Sao Paulo 1-0. Atlético Mineiro over Corinthians 2-1. Finland, you got Oulu over Helsinki 2-1. In Norway, Odd over Viking 3-2. Sarpsborg and Bordeaux Glimp tied at 2. Sweden, Malmo over Dirgefors 5-0. Elfsborg over Oskarshamn 3-0. In Major League Soccer, it was New England over Atlanta 1-0. New York Red Bulls and Inter Miami, they were postponed. Montreal over Cincinnati 5-4. Columbus Crew over New York City 2-1. Philadelphia Union over DC United 2-1. Toronto and Orlando City tied at 1. What? No. No. Thank you, though. Thank you, though. My mother, ladies and gentlemen, about to pass by us here in studio as we go to some awful announcing news. And it's what we all expected would happen. Maria Taylor will get a stay of execution, if you will. She'll reportedly stay at ESPN through at least the end of the NBA Finals, which could be Monday. No, which could be Tuesday, excuse me. That's going to be fun and exciting. Astros analysis, Jeff Bagwell predicted a wild pitch right before it happened and amazes play-by-play man Todd Callis. Jay Williams misses the rest of the NBA Finals after testing positive for coronavirus. Bally Sports and Marquee Feeds cut out as Cubs Wilson Contreras hit a go-ahead homer in the ninth versus the Diamondbacks. Rod Allen returned to Major League Baseball broadcast booth for the first time since 2018. Let's see here. Can we do that report? Because Rod Allen is going to be doing 3 Arizona Diamondback radio games this month. That's good to know. And huzzah. Let's see what other ones we got here. 2 Texas A&M players paid $10,000 apiece for exclusive interviews with Tex Ags in a lacrosse deal, or in an not a lacrosse deal, in an NIL deal, which is name, image, and likeness. So there you go. For the first time ever, a nil got into it. We have one more thing we got to do, and then we're done here, folks, for tonight. Sorry we were on a little late, but we had to follow strict broadcast rules sports-wise. Let's get back to just do a little bit of a little Restidigitatable. By the way, Tony Stewart won the season finale of the SRX Racing Series, Camping World SRX Racing Series. Meanwhile, while the series winner was Tony Stewart, the race winner, live from Nashville, was an Elliott. That's right. Chase Elliott won the SRX race, the Camping World SRX Racing Series Nashville stop, the last of the 6 races. You can bet they'll be back, and I wouldn't put it past them to extend the series maybe 3 or 4 more races. We will find out the future. But Tony Stewart, congratulations on being the series winner. And Chase Elliott was first, Tony Stewart second, and Bill Elliott was in third, Chase's father. All right, let's get to you some scores fast before we say goodbye. Japan, they took the day off with their baseball league. South Korea was, well, wait a minute. Do we 17th? Yep. Unfortunately, the Korean baseball organization, their games were postponed due to weather. And folks, that is going to wrap things up for us on a very wild night. We will continue to update you on the situation in Washington, a full report. Any news coming out, we will break in, give you a report tomorrow morning, or actually tomorrow at noon. We will update you, and of course, a full report at midnight Eastern time. So until then, I'm Steve the Baxman Baxley, live from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk here in Jackson. Thank you for tuning in to this rather shortened edition of Sports Final. We'll see you tomorrow night for hopefully our regular edition, midnight Eastern time. Until then, this has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. Talk to you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Good night, everybody.